Hey everybody, it's the first cringy ass podcast with me, Jordan.
Oh,
and
hey
me.
guys, what's up?
Yes, we're using our shitty iPhone, or my shitty iPhone, I should say.
This is a temporary setup. Hopefully, we get something a little better soon enough.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah, we're doing this the day before classes start.
You know, maybe this becomes a weekly thing.
Because
We don't know.
We're fucking bored out of our minds. So, what do you got first on our list?
Nothing really. For one, what's the house? What you been doing throughout the summer?
Been listening to pickup truck songs.
Oh yeah.
So me and Jordan, we have this joke with country songs. They're all about pickup trucks, and we found the particular one, which I'll probably put up on screen when we put the video up later. Basically, all songs are about pickup trucks.
Most country songs are, "My dog died," "I like drinking beer," "My girlfriend broke up with me," "I like a girl," or "I love my fucking pickup truck."
Yes, pickup trucks are fantastic.
Amazing. Texas, right?
Yes, Texas. Yeah, this summer has been kind of crazy. We've been doing Jordan.
Oh, nothing really. I actually had a job. Pretty nice job working at a college as lab tech. I wake up early in the morning cleaning. Getting paid to do very little, so it's pretty awesome.
Oh, nice. Well, I got a remote job, and people are fucking undermining it. Because, I can't do nothing but sitting on my lazy ass all day.
Co-workers, right?
Which is true. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it's co-work. Oh, my co-workers should disclose that at all.
Yeah, but amazing stuff, right?
Yes, and then tomorrow we have classes.
For those who don't know, we're not going to name the specific college we go to, but we do study.
Yes.
I personally study animation and game design, and Joel studies electronic communication.
Emerging media and communications.
It's basically
marketing.
Marketing and, would you say online journalism?
Yes, online journalism. And we go to the University of the Bermuda Triangle in the middle of the Caribbean.
Obviously.
We get taught by aliens.
It's amazing, very, very modest tuition costs too.
Great, the professors there are absolutely fantastic.
Slowly going in debt.
Now, I'm really hoping that this phone doesn't decide to have like a random limit for voice memos, because I don't want to be talking and it just stops in the middle of it. But in any case, is that all we want to talk about? We moved in with roommates. Yes, that's another thing.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble trying to build a bed. It's pretty amazing.
Yes, that bed was something else. Stupid bed. Anyway.
My dad came in. I helped us build the first half of the bed, and then he had to go back home for obvious reasons. He has to go to work, obviously.
And it took us like 5 hours to finish the bed.
Yeah, and then you gave up, and I just...
I gave up, and one of our friends gave up, and eventually the bed got finished like in 10 or 11. And I always joked that this guy was going to sit on the bed, I was going to fall apart in the middle of the night.
Yeah, fucking Randy Savage. Elbow drop on the bed and break that shit. Suplex City, bitch. By the way, guys, just to add some context of what time we're recording this, it is the day of SummerSlam, so I might watch that, and if anything, next week I might give some a slight review of that, or something like that. I
might watch a little bit of it too, but I don't really watch wrestling. I like playing the games, WWE. Love making my fake wrestlers. Anyway, I guess we're going to be talking about, PlayStation?
Oh, yeah. For those that didn't hear, September 7th, there's going to be a PlayStation meeting.
Ah, yes.
The last time Sony had these events was when they announced the NGP, which later became PlayStation Vita, which was also around this time frame. And then when they announced when Project Orbis was in fact real, and it was PlayStation 4.
Wasn't it the VR? Or was it PS4?
Yeah, it was. I believe it was in February or the very end of January.
And the Slim recently got leaked. Actually, a couple of hours ago.
And then for some at this event, it's suspected that Sony will announce the final specs and design of
Neo.
What's codename Neo.
Yes. Or we really have to compete with Scorpio.
And then another rumor is that Sony is working on a PlayStation 4 Slim, which some images have surfaced on Reddit, which may or may not be real, but
the console looks ugly.
But based on these designs, Joel is not impressed with the design.
It's ugly as hell.
Personally, I feel that it kind of falls in line with the PlayStation 3 design philosophy that Sony had when they made the slim PS3, the first model.
I still like the regular one. They should have just made that a little bit smaller. But now it looks like a fucking sandwich. That's what it looks like.
Well, for those who don't know, it looks kind of like those TiVos or Apple TVs if it was big enough to hold, like, to actually read a disc.
It was like a dark Apple TV sandwich.
You know, comparatively to the Xbox One, which in terms of its design is very similar to the original Xbox One. They just kind of refined it, made it smaller.
I guess
that
nice. The Xbox One S looks so good that it makes this one look like complete crap. And design-wise. In terms
of design, yeah.
Yeah. If that's the Neo, I'm very disappointed.
But I believe that's just the Slim. That's for people who have not moved on to this 7th generation of consoles.
I sure hope so.
Or if you, let's say you have a PS4, a launch PS4, and eventually, you know, maybe it's starting to die on you and you need a new system and you don't feel like spending how much for Neo it's going to cost you. You want the budget option. This is a option.
I heard the Neo wasn't going to be that expensive. They're actually going to competitively price it.
But keep in mind, like, this will probably be the system that they bundle with games like Lego Star Wars or like another Invisibles game or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I really hope that the Slim is in the Neo because I don't like the design. Pretty sure they could have done something a lot better. But yeah, I don't know what's the leaked specs on.
I'm actually
the Slim is the same
pull
thing.
Them up right here. If anything, nothing really surfaced about the Slim. The only thing that really surfaced is like a patent for, I believe, a type of wireless adapter in it.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people at first believed they thought it was for a new iteration of the PlayStation Vita, which would have been a very interesting business move there.
Oh yeah, the recently leaked that it might reveal a new Vita, or it's a new version.
At this point, I think that's a very bad idea.
The Vita's dead.
Because
I don't care what anybody says.
It's in terms of sales.
Yeah.
It's very obvious that the 3DS has very
destroyed
much
it,
taken the legs out of that system,
and broke it, literally destroyed it to tiny little pieces.
But it would be interesting, especially with the NX rumors, which we'll get into later.
Oh yeah.
If this Vita was basically crafted to kind of compete with that, you know, seeing as that the NX is rumored to be a handheld.
Rumored.
And then let me pull up the PS4 specs here
for the Neo, up there?
if I can actually get them. But in terms of design, isn't that different? It's personally, well, let me see if I can get something.
They said they were going to stop working, well, not stop working, but actually they said they were not going to improve any specs on the Neo. But then when the Scorpio got announced, they were like, "Oh shit, we got to have something."
Yeah, and a lot of people are believing that Neo will be delayed in order to kind of beef it up. You know, maybe get it in a similar position to compete with Scorpio a little better, because in terms of the jump, for going from Xbox One, which has about, I think, 1.31 teraflops in that range, to Scorpio, which Microsoft has gone on fact saying is at least 6 teraflops of computing power. That's a console generation size leap.
Yeah.
Whereas with Neo from PS4 to PS4K or PS4 Neo, really, in terms of specs, it isn't really that different. It's using a similar Jaguar processor, which is being basically overclocked. It's using a GPU that has a couple more GPU cores, I believe. I'm not exactly the PC specs guy, personally.
Pretty much tearing that.
It's basically a similar...
More pixels.
It's a similar GPU that's has higher performance and more cores to work better.
Heard that
and
too.
then it's using faster RAM.
Yeah. So it's going to be much faster to get for menus.
But I don't know if this will actually, and of course, I'm pretty sure Digital Foundry actually has a video on this. If you guys want to check this out, them testing out the rumored specs.
Digital Foundry does a lot of good FPS videos.
Using the rumored specs, this system won't hit 4K natively.
Nope.
Maybe if they upscale games to 4K, but then the problem you run into is performance. Games would most likely run worse.
Well, most people don't have 4K.
Trying to force it into 4K.
Most people don't have 4K though.
And then another problem that you run into is, in terms of marketing, how do they sell this? This is how do they sell this? This is a new PS4 that's better than the one that you bought.
Greatness is here. Greatness has arrived.
There'd be a like I would think it'd be hilarious if they actually like have this thing planned out that early in advance.
I'm pretty sure they did.
But it's gonna be a challenge because from now on, whenever they show a game, people are gonna be asking, "Is that how it's gonna look on Neo?
Yes.
How it's gonna look on my regular PS4?"
Exactly.
You know, at E3 there were questions. Oh, this new God of War, is that regular PS4 or is that Neo?
Yeah, we got a confirmation that it was a regular PS4, not the Neo.
Which was a great thing, but going into E3, a lot of people were thinking, especially before that interview with when Andrew House came out, a lot of people were assuming that the system, well, the games that were going to be shown were going to be running on PCs, which Microsoft and Sony have both done before at E3, or that it was going to be running on Neo to show the games in their highest form. But in terms of this actual event, what I think they're going to show is, first things first, they got to show a game that's coming out. Show a game
really good looking game.
Show a game like, even if they show Horizon again, or they show like Detroit, but they show it on Neo and they say,
or the new Final Fantasy maybe.
That too, but they show the games and they say, well, yeah, on PS4 it might run at 30 frames a second, but look how it runs on Neo.
60
higher
frames
resolution, ultra
Yeah.
HD, 60 frames a second, constant frame rate.
It really pissed me off when they decided to re-release GTA 5 again. For some god-awful reason. Because Rockstar's working on something, they said.
Well, and then another rumor that's a lot of people have been talking about was the fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 was supposed to show up at the end of Sony's press conference this year at E3.
It didn't, though. Instead, we got a generic zombie game.
A lot of people said that demo was pulled because of the unfortunate events that happened in Orlando.
That's kind of interesting. Rumor but wait, why did they not... They showed an equally violent game, if not more violent.
But I guess maybe the thinking... Well, apparently the rumors that the demo took place in like a bar, and of course the actual like real life event in Orlando took place in like a bar, nightclub type area.
Okay, they could have cut that out though, instead of showing Ride to Hell Retribution 2, which, let's be honest...
I do have faith in...
that game?
I have faith in Days Gone, because it's being made by Sony Bend. They make great games. They made Siphon Filter, and they also made Uncharted Golden Abyss. But games that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. So,
in terms of Neo, the first thing they need to show... Imagine if they show a game like... another section of God of War. Basically, like, instead of the E3 demo, they show a section of the game that's later on in the game. Like mid-section. And... transition to Neo gameplay. Yeah, they start off regular PS4 and it looks great. And they transition to Neo. That looks gorgeous. And then they could say, using the power of Neo, we're able to basically have a game that performs better and has a much wider scope. Basically, give us your money or you're not going to get the better. But one thing they need to do, they need to assure consumers that their early investment in PS4 wasn't in vain. All their games have to be compatible. I heard that Sony said to the developers that the games have to be compatible for both Neo and the regular PS4. There can't be one or the other. The problem that's going to happen, though, especially in game development, is that means that developers have to basically... That means they have to create games for 5 different devices. Yes, it's going to be. They have to make it for PC, basically a wide range of PC hardware, for base level Xbox One, base level PS4, Scorpio, Neo, and then Scorpio, which apparently is light years ahead of what we have now. Well, of what Neo would be. Even Neo. Yeah, it's the most powerful console ever, and they said that too. So they obviously know something about the Neo. And then what's like Microsoft, especially after these Neo specs leaked, from just putting Scorpio back in the oven for a little bit. Yeah. Especially since it's launching November next year or holiday season next year. So they have a full calendar year to work this out. Yeah. What else? Another thing is NX rumors. Yeah. The rumors is that NX is a mobile hybrid that plugs into your TV using a docking system, and that it's running on NVIDIA's Tegra platform. Yes, that's a bold rumor, though. We don't know if it's true. It might be completely false. And that's just rumor. Nintendo, of course, has not confirmed anything. In fact, there isn't even a set date for when this thing will be revealed. People are already saying that's what it is, and a lot of people are, of course, bashing Nintendo because they think it's stupid. Anything Nintendo does, it's just... If what we say is true and it's a Tegra X1 chip with the fan, that assumes that the chip's overclocked. Yeah. It's like console looks like so undurable. Undurable is not even a word, but fragile. Oh yeah. It could break for anything. Yeah. I really don't want it to be like that. At least the DS is bulky, and if it falls or... Yeah, and it was a clamshell design. Yes, clamshell design.
The NX.
Build quality and industrial design are two different things. Like, an iPhone has great industrial design, but if you drop that thing on the concrete, I will bet you, like $1,000 that when you pick your phone up, the screen will be shattered.
Yeah, you'd think that Nintendo would have panicked once the thing got leaked some way. Like, they would have probably revealed it or something.
But the fact that they're not doing anything is really interesting to me.
Remember what happened with, this is kind of a stupid comparison, but like with Advanced Warfare, the trailer got leaked the day before it was supposed to come out, and then Activision was like, fuck it, we got to put the trailer up now because it's leaked. So I was
it just...
Why would Nintendo not go ahead and do that and be like, oh, we should just reveal it now to, prevent...
Or even with the Xbox One S, where it was basically, it was leaked, and an actual picture of what it looked like a picture of an advertisement, actually was out there.
Yeah.
That people could see, and notice how the first thing you saw at E3 this year from Microsoft was that Xbox One S. Just get it out of the way. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's what it looks like. Here's the price. Here's the date.
Yeah. And here are the games we're going to ship with it.
And here's the games.
Yeah. And
with NX, the thing I'm worried about is, will this thing be powerful enough to get third-party ports? Because we live in a day and age where first-party games are still very important, but they are not the end-all, be-all anymore. Yeah. You need a system that can play a wide variety of games, where you can have a wide variety of experiences.
Ubisoft said they were interested, but that usually means, oh, we're interested, we can put Just Dance games on there.
But Ubisoft was also interested in Wii U.
Well, that's what they said.
And remember, Rayman Legends was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive.
They want the PS4.
At E3, it was shown and marketed and billed as a Wii U exclusive. And then weeks before launch, the game was delayed. Because
third parties had plenty of confidence.
Onto other systems.
Because they had plenty of confidence in Nintendo. Because after the Wii made so much money. They were like, oh, we're going to jump on board the Wii U. It's going to make a shit ton of money, too. And then when it didn't make money, they were like, fuck it, we're going to leave. So are they willing to trust Nintendo again? That's the thing.
Then a big part of Wii U's failure was also Nintendo not understanding how the landscape was going to change.
Yeah, they didn't really understand that at all.
They released a system that was obviously underpowered, and they just got blindsided by Sony and Microsoft.
They thought they could make another lightning in a bottle, but they didn't get it that time because of the name.
Well, that and also the gimmick.
The gimmick.
The Wii U gamepad.
I love the Wii U gamepad.
It's a great. It's a great controller. I love it. Yeah. But it's a very hard thing to sell to other people.
Yeah.
Because when they look at that, even when they marketed, I remember Reggie went on. I believe it was Jimmy Fallon with Wii U. Yeah. And the first time this system's being shown to a wide audience, all across America, and nobody knows what the hell this thing is. They assume that it is.
It was a Wii U expansion
for the Wii. Yeah. They assume that this is just an accessory for the regular Wii.
Because of the name. Because of the name. They shouldn't call it something else. Like even something like Wii U. In terms of
marketing, they never really said this is a brand new system with new experiences. So a lot of people assume this is just an expansion or this is a peripheral for Wii.
So if the NX has the Wii title in it, it's going to be a huge mistake.
In terms of, I think in terms of naming, in terms of marketing, Nintendo just needs to get back to basics. They just need to go back to, this is a Nintendo blank brand new system.
Yeah.
And then also, what they need to do is they need to come out of the gate swinging. They can't launch with old games. Like, when NX comes out, I don't want Witcher 3.
Splatoon HD.
Well, like, I don't want these old games, because when Wii U came out, here's Assassin's Creed 3, a game that's already out and everything else. Here's Batman Arkham City, a game that came out in June. Re-released, like 4 or 5 months later. Why would I want that on this system? Here's Darksiders 2 months later.
Jordan, you understand, it's not what you want, it's what the developers and the publishers want. They want to make money first, and then be like, okay, then we'll make
personally, if anything, they need to come out of the gate swinging. They have Zelda, that's a big game.
Yeah.
But that can't be the only game.
You know how risky it is to put an exclusive on the consoles for other publishers?
I understand, but that means Nintendo has to go into that war chest, and they have to start giving out some money.
Well, Nintendo has plenty of first-party support, but I'm just worried about the third-party support. It could end up being a really niche console.
Like, even if Nintendo has to fund it, they need to go to Rockstar. They need to say, hey, we know you guys are working on something. Red Dead Redemption 2 or Agent, if that's still in development, or whatever you're working on.
I'm pretty sure Sony has Rockstar on the leash right now.
Here's some money. Can you make something for the system?
No.
Go to Blizzard. We know that you guys are. There's rumors of a StarCraft HD.
Yeah, I know you guys are busy with Overwatch, but can you make an Overwatch for NX, please?
Well, that too, or even games that are going to be coming out early next year, March.
Yeah, we talk about the rumors with Nintendo Focus. It's from 4chan. It's probably not true, but
the rumors that the system would be called Nintendo Focus.
Yeah.
and you can look this up if you want to, but the big problem with that rumor is that the system will launch with Super Smash Bros. Melee HD.
There goes that rumor. Like,
every time you hear that, that just kind of invalidates everything because
Melee HD.
It makes no sense. And also, a port of the Wii U edition. Why would they release two games that are so similar at the same time?
Yes,
it makes no sense,
and Pichu as a downloadable character. That's very enticing for me to buy an NX. Pichu as a downloadable character for the new Smash Brothers on NX.
It makes no sense.
That's not very enticing.
If Nintendo wants to come out and get swinging, here's what they need to do. The system needs to launch. It's going to launch with Zelda.
They got Zelda.
But it needs to launch with something nobody expects. Like, imagine if Nintendo was able to get a couple of that Criterion, especially since Criterion isn't working on anything right now.
Yeah.
Imagine F-Zero for NX. Maybe, right? We haven't heard anything from Retro in a while. Maybe a Metroid.
Maybe.
Or maybe
we got that teaser at the end of.
Maybe they're working on something else.
We got that teaser at the end of Federation Force.
Yeah.
With the Metroid and Silence.
Nintendo EAD, the guys that worked specifically the Mario teams, they haven't worked on anything since 3D World has come out. You know, what are they working on? What about that Fire Emblem team? What are they doing? You know, because Fire Emblem Fates, you know, like that game came out 2 years ago in Japan.
Yeah.
You know, 2 years is enough, especially if this is a handheld, to get another Fire Emblem out.
But why would they do that? That's the thing.
Well, this thing's launching worldwide everywhere at the same time.
This Fire Emblem's more like a portable game.
Also Fire Emblem's because it's starting to grow into one of those bigger franchises.
Yeah, and other rumors are like they're going to port Splatoon and other Wii U games.
At this point, I think it's a little too late. Instead of worrying about porting Splatoon...
Backwards compatibility is needed, in my opinion.
Either do that or just year 2 Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Splatoon is still... Splatoon came out last year, Splatoon's still a very recent game.
We should really get Reggie here in our little podcast. Get some really good details.
Yeah. Maybe I can bribe Reggie and get some details out of him.
Hold him at gunpoint. Nothing. Let's go on to the next topic.
Well, Final Fantasy 15 was delayed.
Oh, yes. It's so sad for you.
What was it, September 30th release date?
September 12th, I think, was something like that. And
then I think it was September 30th, and now it's coming out
November.
Yes. Into November, basically.
2 months.
2 months later.
Yes.
And apparently the reason why they delayed is because the producer or director of the game stated he didn't want a big day one patch for a single player game. He cited that as one of the reasons because there's still a lot of people in this, especially in the United States, that don't have like a bandwidth speed that can really download all that information.
Yeah, but you and I both know there's still going to be a day one patch.
But there's always a day one patch. In this day and age, there's always day one patches.
I mean,
like the days of going home, buying your disc, putting it in your system, just playing it are gone.
Well, then again, it's good because developers can actually fix problems with games.
And plus, the thing that worries me about that date, especially it being the very end of November, right after Black Friday, that means that was probably the very latest date they could ship that game in 2016 and have it be feasible.
Yeah.
Because personally, I think even though they probably lost on themselves, it might have, like if they want to improve the quality of the game, maybe delay that game and release it in March of next year.
Possibly. Or they could have delayed it because of NX. Maybe they were like, oh, the NX is actually really powerful. Let's try to port it into the system, but we need some time to actually, move the assets on there.
Well, maybe that too.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt they delay the Xbox One and PS4 versions too, especially seeing the presence that they had at both the Microsoft and the Sony press conferences.
If the game comes out and it's broken as hell,
Because remember, great quote, broken game is broken forever, but a delayed game will eventually be good.
That's a great quote, but look at Duke Nukem and a bunch of other
Duke Nukem,
games.
Star Fox Zero, it isn't always right.
Gearbox, I mean, come on, man.
Or, most of the Gearbox games, sorry. But,
stick to Borderlands, please.
Or just stop making games.
No.
But in terms of NX, what Nintendo needs to do coming out of the gate, imagine this. They need to know price. When Wii U launched at $400.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the right price for that system. Yeah. Especially if you look at the experiences, there was nothing that really jumped and said, wow, this is amazing. This is next gen.
Yeah.
Nothing in the system said that. And if you look at the launch titles, you got Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U.
Well, two pretty titles.
Like, two...
I mean, they're great games, don't get me wrong.
They're games, but Nintendo Land wasn't Wii Sports by any stretch.
Nope.
And New Super Mario Bros. Wii...
we had one really recently.
Yeah, well,
we had the DS one.
You had New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and then New Super Mario Bros. 2 on 3DS that came out the previous year.
And to be honest, it's pretty much the safest game to make during launch. And it's easy to make. Those games probably really easy.
But it was a little too safe.
Yeah.
The system needed to launch with something similar to Mario Galaxy. So like the next step.
Yeah.
And it didn't launch.
But then the sales increased with Mario Kart 8, and then after that, Smash Bros.
But at that point, it was a little too late. Died. Like Nintendo tried making a push the following year in 2014 with Mario Kart 8 and Smash, Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors, all these games, and it didn't even put a dent in those PS4, Xbox One sales.
Yeah.
Nintendo, like, just month after month, just releasing these exclusive games, and they didn't do anything.
Exclusive games that many people weren't really buying.
There's that, and also keep in mind that how do you sell Wii U to other people? Because
the only thing not
that you buy that system, the only people that buy that system are Nintendo fans. You know, like, if I go to my family's house, you know, like, especially people that are older than me, like, games they care about games like NBA 2K, games like Madden, games like Call of Duty, those games.
Those games were on Wii U.
Those, like, iterations of those games were on Wii U, but they weren't coming out yearly, and, you know, like, those people are going to want to have the new version of Madden.
Yeah, or your casual gamer.
New Call of Duty.
Your casual gamer.
And that's a big part of the marketing.
Yeah. And
then also, I think Nintendo kind of needs to start to diversify.
Not to mention Nintendo, like, basically the laughingstock of the gaming industry at this point.
Like, Sony's proved that M-rated games, especially as a pillar of your first-party marketing, can be a very, very big deal.
Yeah. Them games get a lot of money for some reason. I don't know.
The thing about it is, like, imagine those talented teams at Nintendo if they're able to push the boundaries of storytelling instead of having to play it safe all the time.
I just don't think gamers like to play kiddie games anymore.
Well, there's that. Nintendo is a company that's very focused on gameplay over everything else. I think in this day and age, gameplay is important, but it's all about the total package.
I just don't understand. It's like, oh, kiddie games, I'm not going to play that. It's embarrassing. I mean, just play it. It's a good game.
Well, there's that, and also marketing. People, for a long time, people didn't know these games were out.
I guess you're right.
Like, the only time you'd ever see advertisements for, like, Wii U games would be on Adult Swim. I'm sorry, but Adult Swim is not the NBA Finals. It's not NFL games during, like, Thanksgiving. It's not big events that people gather on TV.
Yeah.
Or even right now, every time you see a Golden State Warriors game, you know, like, one of their sponsors is PlayStation, the most popular basketball team in the world right now.
Nintendo doesn't get
has a exclusive deal, has a association with PlayStation.
Yeah. And Nintendo has, like, nothing like that.
And Nintendo, the only thing Nintendo really has is, like, Seattle Mariners. They never really
They got Pokemon, which is probably the most profitable franchise right now, thanks to Pokemon Go.
But the big thing is that a fad? Can they actually...
Pokemon Go is a fad, definitely. But it's dying now.
But could they use that game to get people to buy 3DS and buy Sun and Moon?
Yes.
Because
really
a lot of people are playing that are lapsed gamers who maybe...
I've heard Heart Gold, Soul Silver, all those old Pokemon games are more expensive now thanks to the Pokemon fad. Which is
a great thing.
And GameStop is making a killing from Pokemon merchandise because of Pokemon Go. But,
and plus, Pokemon Go Plus is still not out yet. Maybe that gives that game a second push.
They delayed that, I believe. But yeah, what's next on our topic list?
I believe.
I think we gave the NX a good shot.
Yeah, personally, I think that. Oh, Metal Gear Survive also.
Oh, Metal Gear Survive.
But,
yeah.
To close out this NX thing, just to end it. Personally, NX, it needs to be powerful. Like, even if it's like the same power level as base level PS4, Xbox One, because Sony and Microsoft have already said they're supporting those systems, that means NX will be getting games. Because that means that it'll be easy to just port those versions over.
Yeah.
Like, of course they have to go through cert, but it's not that much more, and plus it's another audience that these developers make games for.
Yeah.
But this week in Gamescom, Konami did something amazing, right?
Great announcement. I think Konami is just really knocking it out of the park.
Well, they know that people like Metal Gear, right?
Yes.
And people like zombies, right?
Zombies are fucking amazing.
They love zombies and Metal, like, so what do you put them both together?
Dude,
right?
That's an amazing idea.
Except it isn't.
It isn't. No, it's not.
Because for this trailer of this game, Metal Gear Survive, the game takes place in between the end of Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. As Mother Base is being destroyed.
Yeah. For some... Oh, by the wormhole thingy, yeah.
Well, basically, after the whole Skullface attack.
Yeah.
This game takes place in an alternate universe in which a wormhole takes the remains and the remaining soldiers of the base and pulls them through, and they end up in an alternate universe in which there are these Resident Evil-esque zombies that are made of gems, like diamonds almost. You know, Steven Universe fans, eat your hearts out.
Eat your heart out.
And in the game, you don't play as Snake or Miller or Ocelot. You
don't
see them.
You see them in the beginning.
At the very beginning. That's it.
You get misled. So, you're like, oh shit, it's an expansion.
The rest of the game is these no-name soldiers.
Yeah.
Like, this trailer, besides it having Mother Base in it, it looks no different from Resident Evil Umbrella Corps, or like those like bare low budget shitty Capcom Resident Evil shooters.
It's one of those things where you're like
Operation Raccoon City.
It's one of those things that you make jokes of. It's like, Konami's gonna make a zombie game of Metal Gear. That's what they're probably gonna do, and they do it.
And it's very interesting to see what happened to Metal Gear after Kojima stuff. It's basically everybody's worst fear. They're making this.
I can't imagine.
They're making this budget game that they're probably, even though I say it's going to be budget priced,
microtransactions up the ass.
It's either going to be
microtransactions
like $30
everywhere.
or it'll be microtransactions everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Or the game will just come out for $60 and it just won't be worth it.
No, I think they said it was going to be less than 60, but it's going to be full microtransactions.
But the two projects that they've done with Metal Gear since Kojima's left
Pachinkos
was Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, the Pachinko machine, amazing visuals, but for a gambling machine, and this survival co-op zombie game that nobody really asked for.
I don't really understand the
if you look at the fanfare for these projects, nobody's really excited.
I don't understand.
Compare that to the 30-second teaser for Death Stranding that Kojima showed that tells us nothing.
Yeah, that was way better than whatever they showed.
People are freaking out about that, and it showed us nothing. We have no idea what the hell that
I'd rather watch that in loop for like 500 years than see the Metal Gear Survive trailer again. I'm going to have to see it again when I edit this video.
Metal Gear Survive trailer, the problem with that is it just feels dead, it feels lifeless, and it just doesn't feel like Metal Gear.
It's generic.
It feels like one of those games THQ will be putting out.
I feel bad for you, Jordan, because you're a big fan of Metal Gear, and seeing your favorite franchise being torn apart like this.
If they were going to do anything, if Konami's going to do anything with this system, well, with Metal Gear specifically, I think they should have waited 2 to 3 years. Let some distance between you and Kojima grow, and then years from now, just imagine this at a Sony C3 stage.
Yeah,
just blank screen, and I wouldn't say a reboot, but imagine if there's just a side story Metal Gear. This isn't Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
They can do a Rising 2, or they can just do something new entirely.
Yeah.
But and have it at least have that same feeling or essence of Metal Gear. This doesn't feel like Metal Gear, that's my problem.
What if it turns out to be fucking awesome? What if it comes out and it's amazing?
You never know. But the real question is, I'm worried who's making this game.
I think it's a division of Konami.
Because Konami shut down, the last team that worked on Metal Gear was, I think, Konami LA, and they shut them down after...
They said they were done with video game development, though.
Yeah, and they shut them down.
But they said they were done.
Yeah. Well, they still make Pro Evolution Soccer, and if that team's making, Metal Gear, I'm worried.
I don't understand.
Because they would just release some buggy mess of a game. They want me to spend my hard-earned money on.
You heard of Umbrella Corps? Umbrella Corps?
It'll be just as bad as that.
Yeah.
Maybe even worse.
The game that came out on Steam, I think, and it was like a shitty.
And the problem with this game is it represents a trend in Japanese game development.
Yeah.
Where
take a franchise,
it's becoming very evident that these companies would rather do smaller budget titles, or they charge you with these microtransactions up the ass, or do these mobile titles, or do pachinko.
Yeah.
Which I understand is a big industry there, but the games industry is becoming more and more Western focused every day.
Yeah, zombies are oversaturated. Seriously, Call of Duty has zombies now every year. We got this Metal Gear Survive. We got
Days Gone, Sony Bend.
We got there's a ton of other zombie games that were announced actually recently. And
it's all just the wrong time.
It's just not good. It's oversaturated. What are the alien games? We need alien games.
And you know the problem
we got XCOM though, but yeah.
Why would they announce this Metal Gear game while the heat between Konami and Kojima is still very hot,
Well, they flipping the finger to
while this is all recent memory of them, kind of dicking this guy over.
Maybe they had some assets around. They were planning to release.
Well, they probably did because it was cheap. Because they're probably going to reuse the same open world environments from Metal Gear or Solid 5. They're probably just going to do some slight variations to say, because it's an alternate universe, so they can argue that this is a little different because, in this timeline something different happened or something.
It's kind of funny. That was probably the biggest announcement of Gamescom, arguably.
Arguably.
It was like the shittiest announcement, but also the biggest announcement.
But that's a trend with Gamescom where people are just kind of...
Gamescom is like the E3 sequel.
Well, I think the problem with Gamescom is it's just... There's too many conferences that are happening right now because now... it used to be you just had E3 and maybe PAX and that was it.
Yeah.
Now there's, 3 or 4 PAXs? PAX East, PAX South?
PAXos, whatever.
You know? PAX Prime.
PAX Pre.
And then you have E3... Then you have Gamescom.
Then we got our separate conferences for
Then Sony has PlayStation Experience.
Directs, Nintendo Directs, we all that shit.
And
Metal Gear Survive for NX.
TGS also?
Metal Gear Rising for NX. Not Rising.
Metal Gear Survive for NX?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally the launch title they need.
Well, they had Metal Gear Rising, which is pretty good.
And personally, I think that should have been the direction they went in. They should have waited like 2 years from now when Death Stranding's like coming out or like already out, then just one day during a press conference at Sony or Microsoft or whatever, just the game just shows up out of nowhere.
Kojima has
and it's out. That's it.
Yeah, Kojima hasn't said anything about this game, has he?
I don't believe so. I haven't checked.
He hasn't said anything. He's been trying to avoid this mess.
But I think the thing that's got people worried is if Konami would have just licensed out the Metal Gear franchise to a developer that people trust.
Yeah.
You know,
it'd be much better.
That would have been much better. Like, imagine giving this game to the team that made, makes, fuck, I can't remember the game right now, but imagine if they gave the game back to Platinum and make Rising 2, or they gave it to the team that made, or they gave it to like Techland.
Yeah.
The guys that made the first Dead Island,
yeah.
And also another zombie free running game.
That's the tip of my tongue.
Sorry guys, don't have notes.
Tip of my tongue.
Dying Light as well.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, Dying Light.
Imagine if they maybe they do a Metal Gear spin-off or something, right?
Yeah, or they just
maybe give the game to the team that makes Spec Ops: The Line. That team's that team can tell very emotional stories.
Yeah, they can. I've never actually played or seen gameplay of that game. I always thought it was just a generic shooter. But then people were saying, "Oh, there's a scene in this game where people are dying." And
or
imagine
this, right? Imagine if like Creative Assembly made a Metal Gear RTS.
They made Aliens.
Well, Creative Assembly make the Warhammer game. Actually, Creative Assembly they make Total War.
Yeah, and they made Alien Isolation.
And they also are working on Halo Wars too.
Yeah. So maybe they might tackle that. So what's next on our list?
I believe the last thing on the list is Xbox One S.
Xbox One S, yes, Jordan. You're a recent adoptee of the new Xbox One S. Just actually dragged you out of our apartment just to get it. So I wanted to see the sexy beast.
Yes. In terms of design, I believe it's really great design. It's
better
really
than
small.
PS4 in my opinion. I will admit that.
It's
not the console, not the hardware. Just talking about the design.
Like it's surprisingly small. Like it's smaller than Xbox 360.
It's really good design.
Really surprising to me.
We really searched for that console. We went to GameStop, didn't have it. We went to Walmart,
in fact,
didn't have it.
2 terabyte launch edition.
And went to Target and they had it.
If you find that one, you have an option of buying it. I'd say buy that one.
Or sell it on eBay immediately.
Sell on eBay, make some money, or just buy the system. Because the extra space really, especially now since you need to install your games, really is going to come in handy.
I know we're pretty late on like a review, but what's your general consensus on the machine?
Well, as somebody who really didn't have too much experience with the original Xbox One, I kind of played with it a little bit back before the Windows 10 update.
Yeah.
The system, really great design, very snappy, and this is just also just my general impressions of the Xbox One with the Windows 10 update. Very snappy. I actually like the UI a lot.
Yeah, the UI is fantastic. I think I like it better than PS4 sometimes.
And then it's very obvious that this was designed to be the center of an entertainment system.
Yeah.
And it's a very, it's not an offensive piece of tech to look at. It's not like the original Xbox One, which was very nice big and bulky.
Yeah, it's very nice to look at. No Kinect either, so that's great.
And then another great thing about the system is it's very quiet.
Yes, George's been playing WWE, the free game he got, more than any of the other games he bought.
But even then,
Halo.
one thing I've noticed about the system doesn't get hot, even though like it's a lot smaller. They still were able to keep the ventilation good.
I guess they were really traumatized after Red Ring of Death.
Well,
that whole situation.
But personally, I believe if this is the Xbox One, they would have launched.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if maybe some marketing was more clear about the original vision, I believe that maybe things would be a little different.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this system, it's a system that you can tell that has a lot of thought put into the design. There's a lot of you can tell there's a lot of love put in this system.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And personally, I feel that this is the system that's going to kind of lead the Phil Spencer era of Microsoft.
Yes.
Because
the great Phil Spencer.
Because it was very obvious that the original Xbox One was a device that was changed at the last minute to be something that it wasn't intended to be.
That DRM.
Whereas this system is something that, like, it's very much embodies the new identity that Microsoft's trying to go with Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, less about, it's still a media entertainment system, but focusing less on that, more on it's a game system. And maybe that's why the system, in terms of its design, looks more like a successor to the original Xbox 360 than the Xbox One did.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this design compared to the original white Xbox 360 that launched back in 2005, it's very similar.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. But PS4 is still better. Kidding. Yeah, I like the design of the S better than the Slim right now. Slim looks like a sandwich. The PS4 Slim looks like a sandwich. Sorry. It doesn't look good. It looks ugly. I don't like it. I'm not going to buy it. That's just my opinion. But yeah, we got any other things to talk about? Or should we just close it here?
That's about it. Unless you want to let some people into our personal life or anything.
Well, no. We live in this, we live here.
Unless you guys want to come rob us or something.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, we'll be doing an episode every Sunday, right?
Sunday, Saturday, Friday, whenever we're free.
When we're free, we're going to be posting on this channel. We don't have a name yet. We're recording this podcast without even having a name. So
we're not even using mics.
We're not even using mics. So you're going to see the title of the podcast probably on the video, and you won't know what the heck we're talking about.
Or if you guys have any suggestions, just drop something in the comments for what we should call this thing.
Or we'll just say fuck you and just put something whatever we want. I'm just kidding, but
And if you guys have any feedback or any questions, comments, concerns, please just drop some comments on our YouTube channel. Eventually, the show will be up on SoundCloud and iTunes, but that is a work in progress right now.
That's a huge work in progress. We got a lot of stuff to do.
And then eventually we'll have guests on as well.
Yep, we will have some of our friends might want to come over and do some podcasting. Or not. Who knows? We'll see. But, yeah.
Yeah, this is a very rough cut what we're trying to do. Maybe next week we'll actually have an intro. Maybe we'll edit the show.
Yep.
Maybe we'll actually have notes so it isn't so rough and gruff to listen to.
Yeah. But, well, without any further ado, thanks for listening to us ramble for 42 minutes.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.